Okay, hello people, and welcome back. So today, let me share the screen. Okay, perfect. So today we are going to talk about three topics today. The first topic we are going to discuss is the select class of the Selenium. Second topic we are going to discuss is CSS selector. That was one of the locator that we haven't seen it, before. Next, we are going to discuss how to open browsers without using the driver executables. So these are the three things that we are going to discuss today. So let me quickly write down the agenda for today's session. Okay, the first thing we need to discuss is select class. It is the class of Selenium. So I'll obviously going to give the brief about this class, obviously, and why this class is used. Okay, so let us talk it about more. Select class is used to select the values from the drop down. Okay, so whatever drop downs are there on the web page, if you want to select values from those drop downs, okay, in that case you can use select class. Okay, so let me write down select class. So why it is used? It is used to select option from drop down, right? Because they are not they cannot be treated like normal web elements. Okay, we cannot treat select boxes as normal web elements. Why? Let me show you. Okay, so let us see the example of drop down. So let me quickly go to the Gmail's sign up page, where, or maybe Facebook sign up page. Okay, so let me quickly move on to the Facebook sign up page. And okay, so it is a bit slow today. Yeah, perfect. Here we can see that there are three drop downs. This is the drop down for birthday. Okay, first drop down is for days, next drop down is for months, and next drop down is for years. Okay, now these cannot be treated as normal web elements, and you cannot perform click operation, you cannot perform send keys operation on them, but there are multiple select, there are options in those select menus, or maybe select web elements, and we have to select one of the option. Okay, so can you see over here, this is the select tag. Under this select tag, it has several option tags as in child tags. Okay, so every select tag will have option as a child tag. Okay, so select boxes are designed using select tag of HTML. Okay, select tag of HTML. It is very simple, easy. Okay, not complicated at all. So how select boxes are designed? They are designed using the select tag of the HTML. And every select tag will have option. Okay, option child tags. So for one select class, there will be multiple option tags as a child tags. Okay, so these are the children tag of select tag itself, and every option tag will compulsorily have this option attribute, and that is attribute, that is value. Okay, so every option tag will have value attribute. Okay, this attribute should be there, so it will be present in most of the cases, in almost all of the cases. So select tag, and then we have option tag as a child tag, and this tag has the attribute value. This select tag can have any number of values, any number of attributes, but this option tag will surely have this value as an attribute. Okay, and then the actual text will appear inside these options. So there are multiple options you can see under this select tag. Okay, now this select tag will be identified uniquely by using either of its attributes, maybe ID, maybe name, maybe title, maybe class, maybe something else. So in this case, this select tag is uniquely identified by this name attribute, birthday, this ID attribute, that is day, this title attribute, that is again day, this class attribute underscore 5TBA. So any of these may be unique. Okay, so obviously we can reach up to this select tag using one of these unique attributes. After reaching to this tag, we need to handle this select boxes or drop downs in a different way, not in a usual way in a Selenium, what we used to do in a Selenium. So far what we have done using the Selenium is we have clicked on the element, we have get text of the element, we have selected the checkboxes, selected the radio buttons, and we have performed the enter send keys operation on the text boxes, text areas, and so on. But we haven't seen anything which will help us to handle the drop downs. Now in a Selenium we have select class which is specifically designed for handling the drop downs. So it is designed to handle drop downs. Okay, specifically, you cannot use select class for other purposes. So whatever operation you want to perform on a drop down, you have to use select class. So what are the operations that we can perform on a drop down? So first operation we can perform on a drop down is selecting some option from the drop down. Okay, this is the first operation we can do. Second operation what we can do is to get the text of that particular option. Okay, third operation what we can do, we can get entire list of options which are available under drop down. Okay, so whatever options are included inside that list, we can get all of those options. Okay, so these are certain operations that we can perform on the drop downs. Okay, and select class provides you the methods for all of these operations. Okay, select class provides methods to handle such kind of operations. Okay, now let us have a look that how we can actually create instance of the select class. Okay, and how we can actually use the methods of it to select something. So in this in this assignment, I'm going to take an example of facebook.com itself. So I'm going to open the Facebook home screen. Okay, so Facebook's page I'm going to open up. So here driver.get, and then we are going to pass this URL what we have copied. Okay, so let me zoom this in so that you can visualize this. Okay, perfect. After doing this, what we are going to do is we are going to get this web element first. Okay, so let's say my birthday is 2nd March, so I'm going to select this second. Okay, and its value is 2. This is the option tag. So what we need to do is we need to write the web element for this select tag first. So select tag, and it's at the rate ID is equals to, I guess, day. So can you see it is highlighting to the unique one, the required one. And then copy this one, driver dot find element, then by dot xpath, and here the xpath. Perfect. Now we have this web element drop down. Okay, we have this web element over here with us in the reference variable of web element interface itself. Okay, and the name of variable that I have given is dropdown. Now let's create an instance of the select class. Select is equals to new select. Okay, can you see it has a constructor which takes web element as an argument. So what is the web element we require? We require day web element. Okay, so I'll give this as a name as day. Okay, why? Because it is pointing to the day dropdown. So I'll pass this web element over here, and now this select class instance will start pointing to this day dropdown. Now we can perform whatever operation we want to perform. Let's say I want to select 2. So select dot. So we have so many methods inside this select tag. Sorry, select class. So what are the methods available? Now you see over here, if I scroll down, I hope you guys can see. So let me type select by index. Can you see? Select by index, select by value, and select by visible text. These are the three methods that we have. So what are the methods? Okay, first method we have is select by index. Okay, then select by value, and then select by visible text. So these are the three methods that we have inside select class. Okay, methods to select the element. Okay, these are the three methods using which we can select the particular option that we want. Why Selenium have given these three options? Okay, sometimes there may be situation that you know the index, exact index of the element inside the list. Okay, sometimes you may know the value. Okay, but value should be the tag of the attribute value. Okay, option tag is there. Okay, and it has this attribute value. So this value, if you know this value, then obviously you can select it by value. If you know the text, if you want to locate the element by its text, then obviously you can locate it by its text. So in this case, the text is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Okay, so the number of days in the month are listed over here in the text itself. So we already have seen the HTML tags format. So tag comes, then text comes, and then tag is usually closed up. Okay, so these are the three methods using which we can select a particular option from the drop down list. But there are also some methods using which we can deselect the particular option. So let me write down them. To deselect the element, what are the methods we have? So first method we have is deselect by index. Same methods we have, deselect by value, and then deselect by visible text. So these are the three methods if you want to deselect any element. So let's say that you have previously selected and now you want to deselect this element. Obviously you can do that using these methods. So let us try to write some assignment. So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to write select by maybe value. Okay, so here I'm going to pass the value in form of string. Okay, so 2 I want to select. So let us see whether it selects the 2 or not. So let me execute this. Okay, so we got a test ng exception, but let me not use the test ng. Okay, let's execute this method once again. Okay, driver executable have to be set. So I guess we don't have driver executable in this folder. Yes, we don't have it. So let me quickly copy the driver executable from here to here and now execute this one. So you need to read the exceptions because interviewer may ask you that what kind of exceptions you have encountered while automating the application. So you should tell about the Java exceptions, you should tell about the Selenium exceptions, because Selenium also have their own set of exceptions, like the one we have seen: WebDriver exception, illegal state exception, no such element exception, no such window exception, no such alert exception, and so on. So initially the date selected is 4 and we want to select a date 2. Yep, it is done. Can you see? the day 2 has been selected over here. So this is the way using which you can select any value from the drop down. So the same thing, let us try selecting by index. Select by index. What is the index that we want to pass is 0, let's say. Sorry. Oh, by we are missing, I guess. Select by index, and this is the index. Okay, perfect. Now initially it selects the 4, but instead of that, it will select the day again. Okay, the by default date is 4. Now we are trying to select the date which is at the 0th index. So can you see the day has been selected over here? The day is appearing. Why? Because day is at 0th index, and whatever options coming after this day all are situated at the next index. Okay, so let me show you that quickly. Okay, perfect. And here, this is the day. Can you see? This is the select tag, and it has option this. So this text resides at 0th index. Okay, but this value and this index doesn't have any relationship as such. Okay, this option tag is at the 0th index. This option tag is at the first index. No matter what value they have, this value may change. Okay, this value can be anything. This value can be random one. Okay, so it is not they are not in a relationship like value and index. Okay, as you can see over here, this is just a coincidence. So let me show you the example for that. So can you see this month drop down over here? It has value as 0. Okay, and value as 1, again 0 1 2 3 4, like this they have given. Okay, but this value is 0, and this is just a coincidence. It is not an index, let me tell you. So what is the index? It is the index of the option tag. At what position the option tag is appearing under select tag. So that is the index. Okay, so let us try selecting the entire date of my birth. Okay, so the date is 2nd March 1987, for example. So I'm going to write a program to select this date as 2nd March 1987. So what I need to do for that? Okay, so first I need to get the locators of all these 3 drop down boxes. Okay, now this is the drop down box of month, and its ID is month. So let me try finding it by its ID. The select tag I need to find. Okay, you need not to find the option tag at all. You always have to find select tag. Okay, perfect. So we got the perfect element. So what I need to do is select by, this time I'm using the visible text method. Okay, and the visible text should be 2. Perfect. Select by visible text. Okay, and then again I want to find I want to select the month of my birth. So how I can do that? Again, you should write web element month is equals to driver dot find element by dot xpath and the xpath. Okay, that's it. And then again I need to write select is equals to new select again. Why? Because previous select instance was pointing to the day. Now I want to point to the month. So I need to write like this. Perfect. Then we can fire the method select by visible text maybe again, or maybe select by value this time. Select by value, and let me see what is the value of March. Okay. So can you see over here? March value is 3. Okay, so let me write down the value 3. That's it. Then again I have to select the year. For that again I need to take the web element. Okay, year is equal to driver dot find element by dot xpath, and this is the xpath expression, and I guess it should be a year one. So let us see that is it really a year. Yes, perfect. So it is a year. So we are right. Now again we have to point our select instance to the year. Okay, perfect. And let us pass this year instance over here. That's fine. And then fire the method to select the year of our choice. Select by visible text. I'm going to call this time because I know this is the text that I want. That's it. So this will select 2nd March 1987. Okay, so let me execute this program. So by default, it is selected as 4 January 1994. After loading the entire page, select class will take the action. Okay. So it is still executing. I guess the internet is quite slow today. Yes, can you see 2nd March 1987 is selected over here. So this is how you can use the select tag inside the Selenium. So we have these methods over here. What are the methods? Select. To select, we have 3 methods. These are select by index, select by value, select by visible text. Okay. Then to deselect something, we have deselect by index, deselect by value, deselect by text. Let's say if I want to get all the options which are available inside the entire list. So what kind of method we can fire? Let's say I want to test whether the month drop down is having 12 entries or not. Okay, so how I can do that? So let me remove this. Now we have select instance which is pointing to the month drop down. Now we need to fire the method to get all options. So can you see over here, this is the method called as get options. Okay, now this method can be used to get all the elements, okay, all the option tags which are available under the select tag. But remember, this method's return type is list of web elements. Okay, generic list, it returns. So whatever elements we are going to get will be saved inside the list, and all web elements will be get saved in terms of web element, means they will be having a data type as web element. Okay, now we got this over here, and let me save all months, I guess. Okay, simple. All months. So let me import this util. Perfect. Now we have all months inside this list. Now we need to verify whether they are 12 or not. So let me write down if, okay, if all months dot size, okay, is equals to 12, then what we are going to say? Options are correct. Okay, further we can test whether they are having duplicate or not. Maybe let's say that some developer is designing the month drop down and mistakenly he have written February twice. So obviously you can check for that kind of duplicacy over there inside that list. So for that you need to write the string logic and everything. For that you need to write again all months of zero, okay, whatever, or maybe get method and getting the element from that web method, and you should hit dot get text method because you need the text of that particular web element. So okay, obviously we're not going to talk about that here, but how to get all options and how to check whether all those options are 12 or not. Why? Because months are 12, so the count should be 12. So let us execute, and or maybe we should write the else statement here so that if it fails, it will not actually, but if it fails, in case options are incorrect. Perfect. Now let me execute this. Let me close the previous instances of browser. Okay. Yeah, the browser is opened. Now it will open the URL that we have given. Okay, now we should observe the console. What kind of output is going to display on the console? Why? Because we have written the system.out.println statements. So if the options are 12, oh, so it is saying options are incorrect. So let me see why it is saying that options are incorrect. Okay. So I guess it is giving this one option also here. Okay, month. That is why the 13 options are coming up. Okay. Did you get the problem? Let me show you that. I hope Facebook should not demand a royalty from me. Okay, perfect. Here inside this select tag, how many option tags are there? 13 option tags are there. Okay, they are starting from the 0 and ending to the 12. So they are 13 options tag. That is why we are getting 13 options over here. Also, can you see over here the selected attribute is appearing for 1? Can you see for January? Okay, by default the January is selected over here. Okay, so this attribute will change according to the value that we want to select, and we are selecting the value. Okay, so let me select some value from here. Let's say April. Okay, and now if I click back over here, inspect element. Okay, and then if I try to locate this April one, then oh, by default it is saying Jan should be selected. So whenever we will refresh the page, Jan will get selected. Okay, so obviously by reading this attribute, you can check that what is the default option which is appearing. So your client may have some requirement that array this default value should be displayed on the drop down. Okay, so in that case, you can also check for that kind of testing over there, whether the default option is appearing or not. Yeah, so how you can do that? You have to check whether this given option tag is having the select attribute or not. So again, that is a different case to discuss, but we are not going to discuss that. Okay, perfect. So here, if I make it as 13, so it will give me correct output. Okay, the browser is opened again and it will try to enter the URL. Okay, now let's go back to the console and let's observe. So I guess Facebook page is taking a lot of time to load. Yeah, options are correct. Okay, this is the message that we got, and that's it. Okay, so next method we got is get options. Okay, what this method does, this method returns list of web elements. Okay, list of web elements. This list contains all the options available in Dropdown, right? That's it. Get options is the name of method that we just have seen the demo. So this is all about select class. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, so now let us talk about the deselect by index, deselect by value, and deselect by visible text. So there are certain drop-down boxes which allows you to select multiple options from the drop-down list. But here in our case, okay, the example that we are seeing, here we can select only one option. So I cannot select Jan as well as me, okay? These both months I cannot select. So obviously multiple selecting option is not available for this drop-down, but there are certain drop-down boxes which allow you to select multiple choices. So at that point, if you want to select any of the option that you previously have selected, and if you want to deselect it right now, then obviously you can use any of this method. That is deselect by index, deselect by value, deselect by visible text. But these methods will not work on the drop-down boxes which have only one value to select. Okay, like this kind of drop down boxes. So if you try to fire deselect by index, deselect by text, or deselect by visible text method on this kind of drop downs, then obviously you are going to get an exception. Okay, so this is all about the select class.